freezing out there.
What the hell's going on out there? We live in a freaking desert.
I think it's the apocalypse.
What?
Think about it, dude. We're 4 weeks into the season, and there's only one undefeated team left.
The Chiefs. My God.
Fucking Chiefs are gonna kill us all.
Oh no, not if we have anything to say about it. At the Church of Football.
Hello, this is the Church of Football, Week 5. We welcome you this week in the name of Manning, and Manning.
The Father, the Son, and the other Son.
The first family of football. We begin this week, as we begin all our weeks, with our traditional toast.
O Commissioner, who art in New York, give us this day our
Okay, this is getting serious. We need to get things moving. So here's Brother Marty, our first reading of the week.
Thank you, Cardinal John. I'm here to give you my 5 picks of the week. First one I have, the Rams visiting Detroit. I like both teams. The Lions are favored by 2.5. Take the Lions, take the points. I like the Rams, what they're doing. They should be proud of what they're doing. They're 2-2 with a rookie quarterback. Very good. They got a tough defense too. But the Lions are at home and they're ready to get their first win. Well, they really did get their first win in week 1 against Chicago, but Gomer Pyle at the NFL headquarters kind of screwed the pooch on that complete the process. Anyway, next up, the Jets in Minnesota. The Jets are favored by 3.5. Take the points, take the Jets. I don't like either team. Don't get me wrong, I don't like either of these teams. But I think the Jets are just dirty enough to slam Favre and his 41-year-old body next week, to the ground and take him off his all or nothing game. Take the Jets, 3.5. Next up, Baltimore's favored by 6.5 over Denver. No, take Denver. Orton has proven himself to be an effective enough leader to win this game, or at least cover the spread, cover the 6.5 points. Baltimore just had their little Super Bowl by eking out a win over this year's Super Bowl champion Steelers because of Jeff Reed. Arr! Texans by 2.5 over the Giants. Take the Texans, take the easy 2.5 points. They're going to bury the G-Men. Now look, I have nothing against Tom Coughlin. Other day he looks constipated, chronically constipated. Have you seen him? Anyway, his team is spinning out of control. Yeah, you got lucky against the Bears. You knocked Cutler out with a concussion near the end of the first half. Ain't going to happen this week against the Texans. Take Houston, take the 2.5 points, take the money. Last but not least, my lock of the week. Indianapolis is favored by 8.5 points over the Chiefs. Take Indianapolis to cover that. If my Super Bowl champions of this year can't be 4-0, then the Chiefs won't be either. Got it? Now Chiefs fans, those are stud running backs you have there in KC. Won't argue that. Defense is very opportunistic. It's starting to look good, but cut the music. You have a buyer's remorse quarterback with Castle. Winning this week against Indianapolis, it's not in the coffee grounds, my Chiefs friends. Not in the coffee grounds. Indy by 8.5, take it to the bank. And if I miss this lock of the week, well...
Hey, Reverend Lloyd still needs to be kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, I'll kick Reverend Lloyd in the nuts if this lock of the week fails.
No, not...
That's all, thank you. Don't look at me that way.
Thank you, Brother Marty. Let's keep things rolling here. Here's that purple maniac himself, Reverend Lloyd. with our second reading of the week.
Thank you, Cardinal John. The first 4 weeks here at the Church of Football, we presented sleeper picks to help you out in your fantasy football team each week. This week, we're going to introduce a new item here at the Church of Football. It's called Studs to Duds or Duds to Studs. All right, so let's get things rolling here. This week, Brother Marty offers up 2 players who were duds last week, but will be studs this week, or so he says. The first one is C.J. Spiller. With Marshawn Lynch shipped out west to Seattle, Chan Gailey has finally pulled his head right out of his ass and will play the star. But you know what? I think Brother Marty's been a little too much. I say it's Fred Jackson. His other pick is Drew Brees. Drew Brees was held to 1 TD pass against the Panthers. One! Can you believe that? They're an anemic offense right now. But the best solution to an anemic offense is the Arizona Cardinals defense. Drees will torch their ass for 4, count them, 4 TDs this week. Cardinal John offers up a couple picks this week for you, a couple recommendations. His first one is a stud to dud. He selects and recommends Kyle Orton, who has been on fire the first 4 weeks of the season. However, this will all end when that Baltimore's defense rolls into town, holds Kyle Orton to under 200 yards and 0 touchdowns. You heard it, 0 touchdowns. His dud to stud pick this week. That's right, he has 1 dud that will become a stud. And it's a very simple, easy one. It is Chris Johnson, the running back for the Tennessee Titans, who was bottled up last week by that Denver Broncos defense, held him to 53 yards. Unbelievable. But his remedy, his solution this week is the Dallas Cowboys. That's right, Chris Johnson's going to run all over their ass. Cardinal John says 160 and at least 1 touchdown. I think it may be 2. And finally, Reverend Lloyd's, my picks this week. I have got the perfect stud to dud for you. It is none other than LT, who ran all over a helpless, horrible, terrible Buffalo Bills defense. Or wait a minute, was it a Toronto Argonauts defense from the CFL? I bet it could have been. This week, LT faces the Minnesota Vikings, who are going to stuff him for 50 total yards, 0 TDs. He won't be celebrating. My dud to stud this week is Ray Rice of the Baltimore Ravens. The Pittsburgh Steelers' steel curtain last week shut down Mr. Rice, but that won't happen this week as he faces the anemic Denver Broncos. Expect Ray Rice to easily get 100 yards and a TD this week. And that's what we have here for you, week 5, for the studs to duds, duds to studs predictions. Now, off.
That'll do, Lloyd, that'll do. So we come now to the rant of the week. My friends, our church, nay, our very existence, is in great peril. And it's not because these 2 guys right here are trying to fart on each other without asking them to please stop. As I was saying, we have a situation here. Last Sunday night, the Chicago Bears, by losing to the Giants, have left us in a world where the only undefeated left in the NFL is the Kansas City Chiefs. Now we all know there's nobody better than the Bears when it comes to f***ing over the entire planet.
Hey, you shut
Silence! If I needed to hear the sound of a Bears fan making excuses, I'd let these guys fart. No, I was not giving you permission. And so, what one Manning has wrought by beating the Bears and getting us into this situation, another Manning now must provide the salvation of mankind itself by beating the Chiefs and ending this global crisis. Who do we blame for our current situation? San Diego? Cleveland? San Francisco? They all lost to the Chiefs. Do we blame them? Jay Cutler and the Bears knew what was at stake when they took the field on Sunday night. Do we blame them? Eli Manning needed a win and knew he could count on his brother Peyton to clean up his mess. Do we blame him? No. The blame for this pending apocalypse rests squarely on the shoulders of the Dallas Cowboys.
Die, Cowboys, die!
In 1963, the Chiefs, then known as the Texans, resided in Dallas alongside with the Cowboys. But the boys didn't want to share Big D, so the Texans moved to Kansas City. Flash forward, many years later, yeah, they had their up years, they had their down years, but in 2006, the Chiefs hired Herm Edwards as their head coach. All the talent was stripped from the team, and the team executives became desperate. They sold their souls to hire Todd Haley away from my Cardinals, and the price will be the end of the world. I'll tell you this, my friends. A 3-0 start for the Kansas City Chiefs is an apocalyptic warning sign, and a 4-0 start by the Chiefs will surely bring the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse into our world, wreaking havoc and destruction upon mankind. And we can all blame the Dallas Cowboys!
Die, Cowboys, die!
And so this week, instead of telling you to root on your teams and such, I must implore you to cheer for the Colts. A fan of Peyton is a fan of existence this week. Because if Kansas City wins, it's the end. We hope to see you again here next week.
Ha ha ha.